Stephen Miller was on CNN, and I don't know why CNN keeps having Stephen Miller on, because, you know, it never ends up well for them.
Do you think a judge should just rubber stamp what your White House does? If not, what checks and balances do you think should be in place for this White House?
It is not the job of a district court judge to perform an individual green light or red light on every single policy that the president takes as the head of the executive branch. Just think about the premise baked into your question, respectfully, Pam. You're saying that when the American people elect a president of the United States of America,
I'm not saying
well, it's the implication, who is the sole head of the executive branch. Well, let me finish. I will answer the question happily. But look, when you have these kinds of lazy assumptions built into questions, it makes it hard to have a constructive dialogue.
What is a lazy assumption? I said you all had to win.
You said no. You said, is it my expectation?
I'm speaking because now you're putting...
You said, is it my expectation? It's not just you. It's the whole media. In other words, when you steer a sentence like...
It is a completely fair question. You say judges who rule against the White House.
And I will gladly answer it. When you say, do we think district court judges should rubber stamp each action? There is a premise that is built into that is absurd. The president is the sole head of the executive branch. He's the only officer in the entire government that's elected by the entire American people. Democracy cannot function. In fact, democracy does not exist at all if each action the president takes, foreign policy, diplomatic, military, national security, has to be individually approved by 700 district court judges. That's democracy. So if there's 15 communist crazy judges on the court, that each of them as a team working together can block and freeze each and every executive action.
They don't even understand the way they speak. They don't even understand, like he said, the gross assumption. She says, are you just expecting these judges to rubber stamp everything that the president does? It's not the judge's job. The president of the United States does not require a rubber stamp. The president of the United States puts forth an action, puts forth an executive action, puts forth an order, and it's followed. And if there is a discrepancy or if somebody has a problem with it, then they can sue in a court of law. But it is not the judge's job at the district level or any level or the Supreme Court level to look at everything Donald Trump does and say yes or no, you can and cannot do that. There is no rubber stamp for the president of the United States. He's just doing his job. And it is an obnoxiously ridiculous premise, and one, thank God, that Stephen Miller pointed out to her. She didn't even realize what she was saying when she was saying it.